Okay, so you can definitely tell in this section that you're pretty much an expert to begin with, right? We're talking about internet technology, so much of it you know, but I will say on each individual little page that you've been going through, you've probably been learning a few things, things that just has never come up, and now you're taking a look at it. One of these things is really what a proxy server is and the types of proxy servers that we can use. So you have to think of a proxy server as a gateway between you and the internet. So normally at your house, you're going to have this little router. That's what we call them. They're really more than that. They're a Wi-Fi access point switch router. So they've got a lot of different technologies built into them, but we tend to call them wireless routers. And that then is your way to access information on the internet. Well, a proxy server would be actually some kind of smarter device than that router that's actually making requests for you. And there's different types of these. And there's a reason why we do it. It can provide much more security and privacy. But that's not why we started using it. Why we started using it is because everybody had slow internet connections. And so you would have a proxy server, for instance, go out and get the information. And then that way, that one server could get it for the 100 people or the 1,000 people wherever you worked. Think about the fact that everybody is going to get online and check the news immediately. Back in the day, it would have been Yahoo. Well, why not download that Yahoo news once and then let everybody see it instead of downloading it 100 or 1,000 times? That was a big use. Now we do it for privacy, for security reasons. And they give us a good little picture here. You got all of your users on the inside, and then you're going to have a router, or you're going to have a router here, or you can think of a firewall, usually right here. And so then all your internet requests are going to hit this proxy server, and then the proxy server is going to request the data. Now, the difference between different proxy servers are whether or not they are telling the website who you are. So a transparent proxy server just simply passes it along. And in that situation, they really are using it to filter traffic, and they're using it to access websites and have that kept locally instead of always accessing it all the time. After all, if it's transparent, your IP address and identity is known. So it's telling Google, oh, go ahead, here's their IP information, and passing that along. Again, why would they have it? Public computers need to filter things. Those libraries at schools need to filter things. And so really, your request is going to hit the proxy server and go, that's not appropriate for you, and it will stop it. Now, anonymous, this kind of server tells websites that in fact, tells the websites that it is in fact a proxy server, but it doesn't pass along your addresses. And so in other words, it says, yeah, I'm requesting this on behalf of somebody else, but I'm not going to tell you who they are. Distorting servers, they pass along a false IP address. So the proxy server says, yeah, I'm requesting this data for this, and it gives them a fake one. And then high anonymity, meaning I'm really going to be private and secret, those proxy servers change the IP address they give out, making it the most secure and difficult to track. So they change the IP all the time. This is starting to happen on the phones. So Apple has that, where you could basically say, don't give out my IP. Always hide the IP address that I have. And when you're browsing the web, that works. If you're starting to do something on a local network, then that starts to run into trouble. And of course, the problem is that you have to balance privacy and performance. Any more layers you add of, I need to look at this and change this, that kind of thing, means a processor has to do that. And so routers and switches, proxy servers, they all have processors in them that do that. It's a lot easier to just say, I'm not going to change it. Like there's not much processing involved, but if you add, I will change this, then there's processing involved for every bit of traffic entering and exiting that proxy server. So you really have to balance what you're doing. And that's why a lot of places will not have it. They'll just do a transparent one, because that's just going to be a lesser load on the hardware. But we will get to the point where most of them are going to really try to make things private because they're fast enough to do so without any kind of problem doing it.